Welcome back, everybody. This is Soph.
This is Rich.
And we are from across the pond.
pond.
It's Friday.
Whoop,
Woo!
Yep.
We made it.
We
Lord,
made it. That's what I feel like doing.
This week? What is going on with you this week?
What's going on with me this week? Oh my God, sorry, I'm tired. I've been working out.
Oh, snap. Get them guns ready, girl.
Yes, man. I've been working out. I had the windows and the door fitted in my garden studio that's being built.
Your studio in what we call backyard.
Garden, yeah, garden.
Y'all call it a garden, we call it a backyard, people.
Yarding, gardening, it's nearly done. And I cannot wait.
I know. So let me ask you a question. Are you going to set up shop in there?
Obviously. I'm going to be...
Okay. That's what's up. Anything else?
You know what? The week really seems like a bit of a blur. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah? I wonder why. Maybe it was the tea you drank.
No, I'm a coffee drinker.
Well, since you're getting remodeling a whole studio built in your garden, which I'm really ecstatic about. I'm happy for you. What has been going on here? Work as usual. I did some cleaning up of my office, put up some stuff. Huh?
Looks wonderful.
Well, you can't see the changes, but there is some changes in this office. Also, we just mailed out our first purchase of our merchandise.
Of our merch. Get in. Now, let's just tell everyone, we did make our own website that we were going to promote about the merch.
Yeah.
But we want it to be the best of the best. So we've sort of...
We hit a roadblock. Can I say that? We hit a roadblock.
Why not?
We done did so. This is not because of me, but I have done the research. I reached out to some people.
He had one job, people. Just one job.
I'm gonna fight you. We're gonna fight on here today. And I reached out to several people and I talked to them, but then they said they were going to get back to me and never did. So I don't know, but I'm gonna reach back out to them this weekend.
Can I just say, I personally think that's a really poor way to do business.
I agree.
I was always taught, if you want to do so, let's say I need a solicitor, call 5 solicitors out of office hours and leave a message. Whoever returns your call does good business, and obviously they want your business. Those that don't return your call, then obviously you don't bother with them again. You're calling these people and actually speaking to them, and they still ain't getting back to you.
I know. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try again this weekend and see if we can get something done.
But if in the meantime, if anyone wants a list of the merch or wants to know what it is,
we got that.
Holler at us. Message us, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, text if you know us on a personal level and you've got our digits. We are here.
Yeah, that's
what else has been happening in your week?
Okay, so what's going on in the news?
Can I just say, I've just remembered one thing that was in my week. So,
Go ahead.
I've been dying to tell you this all week. We had the absolutely fabulous Harry on the show last week.
Yes.
Well, we had a bit of a discussion afterwards, me and you, because there was a confusion about when he does his school class, is the camera allowed on, blah, blah, blah. I had clarification. The camera is off for the pupils and the mics are off for the pupils. The teacher has her camera and her mic on. If the pupils want to ask a question, then they have to press a little button which says they're raising their hand. if the teacher asks them a question, then they can take their mic off. But apparently the cameras are switched off because it's a safety thing for the children. Which again is totally different to what happens in the US, because the teacher, Angel, said that the cameras are switched on. So, and she tells them to switch it on so she can see they're actually there. So
yeah,
another difference from across the pond. However, I did ask Harry if he enjoyed himself while he was on the show. He said he had a wonderful time and he'd love to go into radio interviewing. Although he did say, Richard did seem to interrupt you a lot though, Soph, when we were in the interview.
Oh, yeah? Tell him he ain't watched a lot of the shows.
Well, apparently, according to everyone else, I'm always interrupting you. Well, you heard it here first, folks. You interrupted me.
Out of the mouth of babes.
Exactly.
Baby.
He didn't lie. He ain't lying.
Hey,
but yeah, so anyway, that was that clarified.
I'm going to tell you right now, I just get excited because I know you do. I love me some Harry.
And to be fair, it's not just about Harry you get excited. If there's a topic that you feel passionate about, you get excited. And I just laugh, to be honest. I find it funny.
I do. But I love me some Harry. I
just don't find it funny when I then get trolled that I constantly interrupt you when actually really it's you, you know. But anyway.
Well, can we just say it's both of us? Because we both.
I ain't mad at you. You go forth. I wouldn't change it.
I'm rubbing off. I'm mad at you.
I wouldn't change it. Interrupt me as much as you want. It is what it is. So anyway, the news.
Yes. I got a lot going on over here.
Oh, Lord. As long as it ain't nothing to do with Trump, we'll be all right. So what they've now said is UK will be on lockdown until everybody over 50 has had the vaccine.
So you're pretty much going to be locked down forever.
But I need to finish my research, for the simple fact is I can't seem to find out is that everybody over 50 has had the vaccine or everybody over 50 is offered the vaccine, because I know for a fact not everybody wants, like my mum doesn't want it and she's over 50. So what, they're going to keep us in lockdown until they've forced everyone over 50 to have it? So put that one on pause on the shelf. Hopefully by Sunday I'll have dug around a little bit more, because surely it's got to be everybody over 50 has been offered it, right?
I guess.
Exactly. One more piece of news, not particularly very good news. There was a guy last year called Tom Moore, who was 99, right? When the lockdown started, he wanted to raise money to help the NHS. So he decided to do, the man could barely walk. He walks with a frame, right? Remember, he's 99 years old. He wanted to walk 100 laps of his garden to raise money, right? Let me tell you, that man raised nearly 33 million pounds, right? I mean, such a sweet old dude. He raised nearly 33 million pounds. The Queen knighted him, made him Sir Tom Moore, because he was such a fabulous dude. Unfortunately, he passed away. He got to his 100th birthday and he passed away this week.
Oh,
I know. So, yeah.
Well, that's just like our Cicely Tyson, famous Black actress, 96, passed away. So I was thinking to myself, who's going to take on that patriarch of Black female actresses? Because this is Black History Month for February for the state.
It is, and we are literally on it. If you follow us on social media, we're on it like a car bonnet.
On a car bonnet. So anyway, I was thinking about that just the other day when Cicely Tyson passed away. And I love me some Cicely Tyson. She was the epitome of an actress. Never in no scandals or none of that. And everybody, like she worked with just about everybody, young and old. And I tell you, if you watched any of Tyler Perry's movies, she's in just about every one of them. Not none of the silly ones. Well, they're all kind of silly, but she was in a couple of those. And I'm gonna tell you, she was a force to be reckoned with. Also in the news, we have the the government is just, I don't know what's going on with the Democrats versus the Republicans. We had a lady just get stripped of all her committee duties because of the rhetoric she was just spreading, reading stuff, asking questions, listening to QAnon, all that good stuff. So they had a thing on her this week where she actually talked yesterday and tried to clean it all up, and it didn't work. So they
Sorry,
stripped her of
who
all
is
her
she?
duties. She's a Republican out of Georgia for the Senate.
A Republican, that's Trump.
Yeah.
I do listen.
I ain't mad at you. They just stripped her of all her duties. This Tuesday coming, there will be a second impeachment trial for hearing for, our past president. And I think they asked him either yesterday or the day before if he would testify on his behalf, and he said no.
No, I knew.
Then they're saying that he could be subpoenaed, which doesn't really matter. Then they said he could plead the fifth, which he said himself that if you plead the fifth, that means you telling on yourself, and only mobsters and gangsters do plead the fifth.
Can I just ask a question to clarify? He's already been impeached, right?
Yes, this will be a second.
So a second impeachment just means he won't be able to go to be a president again.
Well, see, the thing about it, when they do an impeachment, this is a post-presidency impeachment. So the worst they can do, to be honest, the worst thing they can do is make sure that he doesn't get all the presidential perks as far as like the Secret Service for the rest of your life. Some top secret meetings he can sit in on.
And that's what the second peach is about?
Yeah, and they can make sure that he can't run for office again.
Oh my God. Could you imagine that if he didn't get the second peach and they had a top secret meeting and he just rolled up one day and was like, whoa, I'm allowed to be here. Could you imagine it?
Yeah. I mean, I think the reason why they do that is because like you were once a president. So they pretty much have you sit in, and I don't know. That's the first time I've ever heard of that.
He was the president, so he's going to know stuff that no one else knows, right? So they got to keep him tight-lipped. And let's be fair, he's got some loose lips there. He don't mind letting them flap about and tell his business.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much what they're trying to do. And then on top of that, they were talking about testimonies, and there was a guy on the news that said that there shouldn't really be any testimonies, like people testifying, because some of the stuff that they have is pretty much self-explanatory. That I think they said they're going to do a lot of videoing and a lot of, cross-referencing, and that's going to start Tuesday. Other than that,
anything other than presidential news?
Screech passed away from Saved by the Bell.
I know, we did share that. Oh, and I don't mean to be rude. When we was talking at the beginning about Sir Tom Moore and the actress lady who passed away,
Cicely Tyson.
It is sad, but he was 100 and she was 96. Man, they've lived some good years. And obviously, poor old Screech was only like 40 something, but
yeah, he was a little older than me.
That's sad. But did he have a brain tumor or cancer or something?
He had something.
I did post it. Sorry.
Yeah, and Courtney's dating the Barker fellow.
We covered your celebrity crush new boyfriend last week.
Sorry, I just had to bring it up again. I'm heartbroken.
Listen, it ain't gonna last. Let's be fair. They have new boyfriends more than they have new underpants. So anyway, Friday, fun day. Bring the fun back, Richalicious. What is today's topic? Go.
We're going to talk about board games today.
Board games.
I'm going to tell you right now. Have you ever played Hungry Hungry Hippo?
Yeah, you have to bash it and collect all the little balls in your mouth.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. That is a noisy game.
I know.
That is one. I I didn't realize how noisy that game is.
And those balls are like little marbles. They get everywhere.
And I'm gonna tell you, I got so excited when my kids were younger. I got so excited. I got it for them for Christmas one year. And I was just like, oh man, this is a game. I used to play this when I was you guys' age. And they got all excited. And I tell you, about 10 minutes in, I was like, we need to find something else to play because that is working my
Do you know
nerves.
what I did like though? When there was only, because there's 4 hippos, right, on the board. But if there was only 2 of you, so you used to have 2 each, like proper going at it. Okay, let me ask you then. Did you ever play Snakes and Ladders?
Snakes and ladders.
Yeah.
What is that? Please explain.
It's like a board, obviously, because we're talking about board games, and it's got 100 squares, but on it, it's got like ladders that go different ways and snakes. So if you land on one and you land on a square that's got a snake's head, that means you have to go all the way back down the snake. So if you could be at number 80, nearly finished and be home, but when you've rolled the dice, oh, you've got a 4, plop, 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 get to the snake's head. Whoa, you've got to go all the way back down to 20 because you've got to slide down the snake. If you get on a ladder, like if you land on one and you're at the bottom of the ladder, you can go up the ladder to where it is.
Well, I'm just going to say that reminds me such a game called Shoots and Ladders.
What's the shoot? A slide?
In a shoot, it was like you got a ladder to go up to certain, like you get on, like your game, you get on certain joints, you hit a ladder, you go up to the next joint. Then they had a shoot, like like Mario Brothers, where they had like a little tube.
Oh, a tunnel. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tunnel. And then what happens is if you hit that, then you slide through the chute.
So yours is Shoots and Ladders. Ours is
because I don't think kids would want to play landing on a snake's head and sliding down his body.
I didn't make up the game. I just played it.
What kind of snake was it? Like a venomous snake? Was it like a garden snake, or was it like a cartoon snake?
They just had all different colors. It's just a snake.
Yeah, it was just shoots. And then you had ladder. Oh, it was a nice game. Now, these are some old games, and I kid you not, I used to play this a lot when I was a kid, but I still can't seem to figure out how to play it now. Backgammon. You ever play backgammon?
No, it sounds boring, and it was like an old person's game. I don't want to play
it. It is an old person's game, but I played it, for the record, I played it with my grandma. So
I played dominoes with my grandma. I played dominoes with my grandma. Love that.
Well, backgammon, you had these like black and white pieces.
Like chess?
You had like these little, huh?
Like chess?
Well, chess, but it wasn't like, it's not like chess, but chess is a nice board game, which I happen to like to play. Can you play chess?
Is it like drafts? You have counters, like the board is black and white checked, and you might be white counters, I might be black, and you put it on the first, say, 2 rows, and you have to move across and get the other person. If you land on one that's got theirs, you take it off.
I think so. I think that's how it's played. I don't know, because I don't remember how to play it. But it was a good game back then.
And what was yours called? Backgammon?
Yeah, backgammon. What was yours called?
Drafts.
Drafts?
Yeah, the only gammon I know is what you cook in the kitchen at Christmas. Yeah, drafts. I know how to play that.
And then you had checkers. We already checked that off. Checkers was the joint. Now, you never played checkers? You never played checkers? It's a red and black checkerboard, the red and black square board. And then you had black checkers and you have red checkers, and you jump over and take the
that's drafts. That's drafts.
Well, then drafts and backgammon is 2 different things.
Okay, well, drafts is the same as your red and black thing. What did you call it? Checkmate. What did you call it?
Checkers.
Oh,
Checkmate. That is chess.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, what did you ever have the game of life?
Oh man, I love a game of life.
And do you know why I loved it? Because when I was younger, I always wanted to have twins girls when I grew up, right? So when you drive your car around and you get to the bit where it says you need to stop and pick up a family card, I'd be like, please be twins, please be twins. Yes, I can have 2 pink pegs in the back of my car.
Yeah, that was a good game. But I'm going to tell you that a game right now that is just, it's so intense.
Monopoly, you're going to say?
I've literally had people storm out of my house, and that is Monopoly.
I knew you were going to say Monopoly. And do you know, the thing is, when I was younger, I thought it was boring because obviously maybe I didn't understand it and it went on for hours, right? So you're like, oh, I'm losing. I've spent all my money on roads. Someone's not paid the rent. I've got to give them their house back. You know, all this malarkey. I've lost. And then everyone else is left there playing it for hours because they know what they're doing. Now, as we've got older, I'm like, whoa, I'm hoarding all my streets, not putting on any houses until I've got loads of money.
I kid you not. Years ago, I'm going to say about maybe 10, maybe a little longer than that. I used to have couples game night. And we pulled in. This was when my twin was alive. And I kid you not, we played that Monopoly till wee hours in the morning, to where it was only 2 people left. And me and my brother were just sitting on the couch, just like, can we just call this a tie? Because it was like intense.
You got to fight it out to the death. Somebody.
Oh man, it was intense. And then the young lady that I was with at the time, she swindled one of my partners, and they're married now. He said, hey, let's go. Me and you, let's go. We're out. He was hot.
The thing is, though, what I like about that is you can get creative. Like, you might land on my thing and I'm like, oh, I got a hotel there. You owe me £500. And you're like, I don't have £500. All right, well, give me all of that whole set you've got there and that railway station and I'll let you off, you know.
Nah, but see, I'm going to tell you what started getting intense was when, you know, it was, like I said, it was couples game night. So then next thing you know, people started teaming up. It'd be like, hey, loan me 200, and when I go around 200, I'll give you your 200 back. It started getting like serious.
But you do that though. Like, I know we're talking about old games, but I've got friends, Robert and Casey. Casey is actually American. Robert went to school with, he's English. And not even couples nights. I just go around there on my own and we have games night. Right? And Casey introduced us to this game from America called Left, Right, Center, right? Do you know it?
No.
Okay, well, basically you have 3 dice, and on this, obviously there's 6 sides. There's a C, an R, and an L, and the rest have got black dots, right, on the sides. And we play for money. They give you like counters, you know, like Tic Tacs or whatever they are, them little plastic counters, but we play for money. So each dice is meant to represent a counter, but we represent a pound, right? So we have £3 each. So when everyone starts with £3, 3 dice. So it's my turn, I roll the dice. If it's a dot, that means I keep a pound. If it's an R, I've got to pass a pound to the right. And if it's an L, I've got to pass it to the left. Now this goes on. The only way you can win, eventually somebody's left with £1 and 1 dice, because if I pass £1 to the right, I've got 2 left. So that means I only get to roll 2 dice next time, right? That's how it carries on. You're not even out. Like, I could have no dice and no pound left, but I'm not out, because if you're sat next to me and you roll an L, that means you got to pass me a pound. So I'm back in the game, right? So it literally could go on for hours. £1 could go around the whole table for hours. You only win when the person with £1 left rolls a C. That means they scoop all the money in the middle. And that gets in, honest to God, it is so addictive. And like, Robert would be like this, rolling the dice. Come on, give me a C, give me a C, give me a C. Oh man, no, you got to pass it to the left. I didn't want to give it to you. It is so competitive. The other game we play.
That sounds like a gambling addiction, but that's,
we do go on to poker after that, but
that sounds like a gambling addiction.
One of the other
games.
On
to board games.
Okay, wait, there's one more game. Have you
ever play Sorry?
I'm not sorry.
Oh, no, the game is called Sorry.
How does it go? Because this is the thing I'm learning. You got different names to us. So
All right, well, you got these little pegs, right? And you got to go around the board and put all your pegs on this little track here. And then sometimes if you land, like say when you roll a dice and you land on that person, you move them back to square one. That's why it's called sorry. You get 4 pegs, all right? The object of the game, say like if you're red, your red what's name might be on the other side of the board. Like your color is on the opposite sides of the board, and you have to roll a dice to get all 4 of your pegs.
oh, I know what you
Color
mean. I
strip.
think that's called. Isn't that called Ludo?
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah,
Because
I think
we call it sorry.
it sounds similar.
Because if
Yeah.
we land, so say like if you're on the board and I come around and I land right where you are.
I've got to go back to the beginning, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
But
why
if
it's
I
called
get one
sorry.
peg home, that peg stays there, and the next peg.
Yeah.
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 That's Ludo.
Yeah. Now I think correct me if I'm wrong, you have to go around the board once first before you can go
That's
back and
right. Before you can put it home. Yeah.
yeah. Now that's a game right there.
See, now it wasn't really. I don't know if you would class it as a board game, but we used to have one called Buckaroo, right, where it would be a donkey, and you'd have to take it in turns to put things on it, and if it got too heavy and bucked up, that means.
That sounds like some fun. But this is not necessarily a board game because, well, yeah, y'all have Operation?
Oh yeah, we used to like that. Bzzzt. No, my turn. I used to be good at that. Steady hand.
Yeah. I ain't never had no steady hand. I mean, I got a steady hand now, but when I was a kid, man, I hated playing that game because they knew I wasn't going to win. Because as soon as I get right down there to grab that heart and the nose turned red, I was like, I quit. Or the funny bone, I think there was only one I actually got out. So I used to hope I get that card. And that was the wishbone.
I was going to say the one like this, so it's easy to pluck out.
Yeah, it was easy. The rest of them, you can hang it up.
What else did we have?
And now they got like different versions of Operation.
Yeah,
They got
it's not the
Spider-Man,
same.
SpongeBob, all these
I
ridiculous.
don't know why they always have to. It's like Monopoly. You can get Star Wars Monopoly, football Monopoly, this Monopoly, that Monopoly.
Now I did have a name. I can't even think of the name. Well, what's it called? So you're gonna make me run downstairs because I still got all my kids' board games down.
Channel your inner child. What is it called? Did you ever play one called Kaplunk? Like it was a plastic tube with plastic sticks through the holes.
With the marbles on top,
yeah.
and you had to pull the sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you call it?
I got it. Concentration.
Yeah, tell me how that went again, because that rings a bell.
Take all the little pieces out. You push the board down, okay? Then you hit the timer, and you got to put all the little pieces back where they belong before the timer comes. And when the timer, and if you don't have them in time, the board pops up and pops all the pops out.
That's similar to Pop-Up Pirate. There's like a big, it's a big barrel, right?
Pop-Up Pirate?
Yeah, it's a barrel, and you push the pirate down, and you've got little plastic swords, and you push the swords in. Take it in turns to push swords in the hole, and then when he pops out, whoever's the last sword was, that's it. You lose.
Well, this was just a big board, and you can hear the timer going, so you have to concentrate because you can hear the timer going, and you put all the things, and then soon as that thing pops up, man, you better try. Oh.
Okay.
Now, my friend S, her daughter, me and her daughter went at it for hours one day. She came over. I had just moved back to my hometown, and we was playing. She was a little girl then. Man, we was going at it because at first she was like, we was going at it. I still got the game down in the basement.
See, now I can imagine you going at it for hours because you're so competitive. Even if it's a child, you wouldn't settle until you won, knowing.
Yeah, I don't believe. Look, check this out. I don't believe in letting kids win. I'm not one of those parents. I like to beat you. I like to win. Now, if you're like, now, if you're like, now, if you're like, a little kid, but if you know the object of the game, oh yeah, I don't believe in just
Okay, let me ask you this one because
betting to
this used
win.
to be one of my favorites. Did you ever have Guess Who?
Yeah,
Is
I
he
used to love
wearing
that game.
glasses? No. Flip, 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 flip. Has he got a bald head? No. Is it Paul? No. Man,
Yeah.
I liked that.
Now this is a game me and my twin used to play, and we started out. I'm gonna tell you how much we played this game. We started out, and then it became electronic, where you had to put batteries in it. Battleship.
Is that where you had a thing at part?
You had like a thing, like say like your laptop
Mm-hmm.
in this part
And
right
you would
here.
play one side. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie, I don't know how to.
Battleship. Oh my God, that was the game. We'd be like, C3. And you had to go, C, dude, you miss me.
I have no idea how to play that, but I do.
Oh my God, that's a strategy game because you put all your little battleships all over the board. And then what happens is they have to guess by looking at the board. Like you have to guess your like number and letter. And then what you would do is you would put a red peg. Let me see, I'm sorry, a white peg if you missed, right? But if you hit it, you would put a red peg. And then now if you hit, you know what I mean? Then you would have to figure out your next move. Like, should I go up one? Should I go down one? Should
So
I go
how
over?
did you ever win? Like what happened to how did you win?
When you sink all the battleships.
Oh, okay.
When you sink all the ships, yeah. Because once you start playing, you'll see like the way the pattern's going, because you got all the white pegs for where you missed. And then you got all the red pegs for where you hit, and then you start figuring it out. And then you go, oh my God, you sunk my battleship.
What would you class Jenga as a board game? Oh my God,
Would
don't
you
tell me.
classify gender as a board game?
No, Jenga. Would you class that as a board game? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I know what Jenga is. We can make that a board
And
game.
you have to push the little blocks out.
Because that's competitive. That's competitive too. Now
like
you know what? My neighbor broke his I want to say broke his arm because guess what he was doing? They got as far as now, they got the backyard Jenga with
big one.
The giant joints. And I went over his house one day. He's like, oh man, I hurt my arm playing backyard Jenga. And I was like, now how do you do that?
How
I
did
think he
you do
either
that?
slipped on a piece or I don't know. But Jenga is a nice that's a nice couples game or like a game night game.
Okay,
I think
let
that's
me tell you a game that's could be a family game or could be, as you said, a couples game. Twister.
I haven't played Twister and I don't know how long.
You've
I played the last time I played Twister, I was at a birthday party and it got so intense. I think a girl broke her arm or something.
Left foot yellow, right hand green. You could get twisted.
I remember that game.
Oh, all the memories coming back now. Look at that face.
Yeah. Have you ever played Trouble?
Trouble.
They had to, it was like another game with these little pegs. And in the middle of it was like a little globe that had dice in it, and you would hit it and it would roll the dice for you. You like push on it and it would pop up and roll the dice, and you had to get around the board, and that was almost like Sorry to me, I think. But it was a pretty good game.
Maybe that was from the same family.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Yeah. What other board games you got out there?
No, I was just thinking that people, kids, families, whatever, don't really play board games anymore, do they? It's all about Xbox and PlayStation. You don't ever have like a Sunday afternoon, let's get out a board game and play it. And do you know what else I don't?
You're right. I mean, video games have taken over. I think one year when my kids were younger, for Christmas, like just not like the whole Christmas vacation, but I think it was like I think like maybe 3 days before Christmas, everybody turned in their, even me, I turned in my phones.
Mm-hmm.
We turned in phones, turned the TV off, and we just played board games. I think I have a picture of that, and I had put it on, I think I put it on Facebook, where me and the kids were just playing board games. And that's what we did for like the 3 days before. I think it was like 3 or 4 days before Christmas. At night, we would just, they would pick out a board game and we would just play it until
That's
it
how
like,
it should be, man, I think. But just one other thing I was going to say is, like everything, how times have changed. Like when I watch adverts now for board games, they've got one called Doggy Doo. So basically, there's a sausage dog, and it's got a exactly. It's got a red pump thing, right? And you take it in turns at some point to pump it, and at some point, the dog poos. That's how you know you've lost. I mean, who comes up with these things? And there's another one where a man's got like snot hanging out of his nose.
yeah.
Who comes up with these things these days?
I don't know, but that both of those sound very
Disgusting, right?
disgusting.
I'm sure you must have something similar over there. Don't try and
No, you know what? When I was a kid, I remember my kids were really big on slime and Play-Doh.
Oh, I
I
love
can't I
Play-Doh.
can't stand either one of those. They were mess. That stuff was messy. Leave that at school. Um, but do you remember Light Bright?
Light Bright.
Yeah.
What's that when it's at home?
And it was just like it was a board that lit up, and you could make characters out of the little pegs.
No.
Light Bright, that's what it was called.
Was it a game or you just made characters?
I wouldn't call it a game. I would say it was, I always felt like it was a game because me and my brother used to play it, and we used to try to see who can make the best character or whatever the case may be. But
Mm-hmm.
it was interesting. Like I was just saying, like what you were saying about how times have changed, and how things are like totally different now. Like you're right. Nobody really plays board games anymore.
No, sad, ain't it? But
Like guess who? I could play that till the sun came down.
let me just go back to Monopoly quickly. Was there ever one particular counter that you always had to be? Like, I always had to be the dog. I loved the little Scotty dog. Like, you know, they're different. They had a hat, a house, a car, a dog. Da, 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 da. I always had to be the dog.
I always had to be the shoe.
The shoe, but it was like an old boot. It wasn't even a proper shoe. Wonder why.
I think it was a track shoe or a booter. I had to be that. That was my thing.
Ours was like a, not being rude, ours was like a tramp's boot. Like it was a real shabby boot. That's what it
I
looked like.
think the old one was like that. I think now it looks like a sneaker. But the thing that I did like, and I have two different versions of Monopoly.
Okay.
Like I got like the real world Monopoly.
Don't tell me you got a Superman one.
Huh?
Don't tell me you got a Superman one.
No, I got the original Monopoly, which you have Park Place and all that. But then they have a new one, like a Millennium one, where it was like real buildings and stuff.
Oh, okay. American buildings, because we got a London one.
Yeah, just like that. I thought it was dope.
I just thought of another one, and you'll probably say it was boring. Did you ever play Scrabble?
I hated Scrabble.
Why?
Because I'm not a big speller. That's why.
That's why I used to like it if you had a blank square, because you could make up whatever letter you wanted then.
You know what? I got people who really get into that because it's based on like points, and they be making up a word, and I'll be like, what? They be like, go to the dictionary.
Oh, I know. I used to hate that. Get the dictionary out. We can't carry on. I'm like, oh man.
This is more like schoolwork. No, I don't want to be doing that. I want to have some fun, man. You're taking the game fun out of it.
It might not be a board game, but it's coming back to me now. Like you said about this whole making things with your twin. My grandma, who lived here, she had these things called fuzzy felt, and it used to be like a board with felt on, and there was little felt people, animals, characters, or whatever, and you could just put them on the board to make different things. They were cute, different themes. They were nice.
Are you talking about like magnets?
No, they were felt, like material, felt material. You just had a card. It was like a piece of cardboard with like, it was almost, you know, like how Velcro sticks together.
Yeah.
It was almost
Yeah,
similar to that.
that's a girly game. I can tell that's a girly game. Because guess what? We had a girl that lived on the corner.
Well,
and
guess what? I was a girl.
Yeah, it was a girly game. You talking about dressing up people and stuff and changing their clothes and stuff and hats and shoes. And
No, you'd make a scene. I'm gonna have to Google it and show you.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like felt. Then you got a little person. Then you could dress them up, put a tree in a house. And
You
all
wouldn't
that.
dress them up. They'd just be the person, man, woman, or child. You couldn't dress them up.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I remember that vaguely, but I remember
It was a
had-
girl's game.
Yeah. So there was chess, backgammon, checkers. Oh, now would you consider this? I wouldn't really consider this I would consider it a board game because it comes in a board game box. And that is Connect Four.
Oh, definitely. Yes.
I still play Connect Four to this day.
I always like to be red.
It don't matter to me because I'm gonna drop you off. This is
whatever.
Chuck. And then I hate when I'm gonna tell you, I'm very, like you said, I am very competitive, and I hate when I'm putting in a chip and I ain't even paying attention, and the person already got their 4, and they just making me just put chips in.
Oh no!
I mean, like, did you see I won? I won, dude. Or they make it to where like you put one in, and you give them the 4. Oh, that used to make me mad.
No, that's a concentration. You need to concentrate more. But you can have big ones of that. In, you know, like we were saying about garden Jenga, you can have a big garden Connect 4. We got one at one of the parks.
Mm-hmm. I think I might do that this summer. I think I might get some backyard games.
Go forth.
I might.
Might.
Because with all this pandemic stuff, I can't wait for the world to open up. I'm being honest. Because this is ridiculous.
Bloody ridiculous. But going back to our point, lockdown at home, this would be ample opportunity for people to dust off them board games.
I kid you not. I mean, I kid you not. My kids are grown. They're off in their own world. I literally got no, that's not true. Because I think I gave some board games away.
Oh, he's telling pork pies. Here he goes.
But I got some adult games now, like boy, I did say that kind of wrong, huh? Cards Against
Humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we.
My game.
That's what we also play when I go to Robert and Casey's. The only thing is, we got the English version, so she doesn't know who some of the people are, right? Yeah, so she'll be like, who's got to have the best sentence? And she'll be like, we can't do that one. You need to pick another one. I'm like, why? She'll say, well, I don't know who Jimmy Savile is. He was, oh God, I have to say it. He was basically in the 70s and 80s, a TV presenter who turned out after he died, it transpired that he was a paedophile and he had this big, massive, like underlying issue, right? He always wore colored shell suits, but nobody found out about this dark secret, or it didn't come to light until after he died. So she's of course like, oh, I don't know who Jimmy Savile is. And we're like, okay, next.
But the only thing about Cards Against Humanity is that you got to have a lot of people play.
Yeah.
Because the simple fact of the matter is, if you're trying to pick out the best phrase or best word, if it's just me and you, I'm gonna pick yours. Or if it's
because there's no one else for you to choose from, so you'd have to pick
or
if you're right.
In 3, it's got to be like, that's like one of those games where it's like after the cookout and everybody's just like sitting around. That is the game to play, because it's like it gets like really intense. Yeah,
like to the point where we've done it so far, like my belly hurts from laughing so much. It is.
Yeah, because and then it starts getting like really like raunch. Some of
rude
the
and
stuff be like
crude.
really raunchy. And I just be like, oh man, should I put that down there? Fuck it.
See, I always from the beginning of the game put my worst card down. I just because I want
Oh
to
yeah,
win.
I'll put my worst card down.
I want to
And you know
win.
what? What gets me is I put the worst card down and somebody with just a normal phrase would win.
Exactly, because it's that person, whoever turn it is that person's opinion.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, they might pick someone else's because they like them more than you, not because they like what you wrote more.
What?
Like, let's say it was me, you, and 2 other people, right? If I like you more than I like them, I might swing it. And when it's my turn, I'll say, oh, yeah, I thought yours was the best. Just because I like you more, I couldn't give a toot what you've said in your thing.
But you're supposed to shuffle up the cards. So how would you know it was my card?
Right, true. You're right. You're
See,
right.
bias right there. She's gonna make sure she sees my card go in the pile
Listen,
and try to pick it.
I
That's
can't
why
wait
you
for this.
shuffle them up.
Listen, I can't
That's why
wait for
you
this.
shuffle them up. That's why you shuffle them up.
Listen,
That's the cheat.
well, there, I can't wait for the sky to open. Whether you come here or I come there, we're having a board game night.
I'm telling you, yo, you ain't ready.
Whatever, bring that bottle of bloody scotch you had on Instagram. I'll beat you.
You know what? I'm trying to think of another game. What was it called?
How does it go?
I'm trying to think. Hold on.
OMG.
I can't think of it. I had it in my head and just, you ever have something just come in and I should have just said it, but I was running my mouth and now it's gone. God
You
dang
said it. You was running your mouth.
I know.
What can we say?
I know. But do you consider Uno? I think Uno is considered a card game.
Yeah, card game. But still, Cards of Humanity is a card game.
Yeah, that is true. So we're gonna throw Uno in there because I can go. I mean, when my son was in the hospital, we played Uno for days where we had like nurses in there getting it in. We had counselors in there getting it in. We was going at it. And then they came out with that Uno thing where you pull the card. There's like a machine now where if you pull the card and if say you pull one, a whole bunch of them shoot out and you got to collect them all. I was like, yo, that's kind of intense right there.
What about charades?
Charades?
Yeah, charades.
Charades?
Yeah.
Charades?
Charades, yeah.
Yeah, I like that game.
Yeah, that's
I like that game. That game is dope. Fun Friday. I'm trying to think of another board game.
He didn't do any research today.
No, I
folks.
didn't. I winged it.
Get it on. I'll wing it every week. Get on the wing band. Nothing wrong with a bit of winging it.
Well, how about this? For people who are watching this for Fun Friday, if you guys can think of some board games that we didn't bring up,
To be
post
fair,
it down at the bottom.
I totally agree with what you're saying, but we covered a wide variety.
Mm-hmm. Now, did y'all have Rock'em Sock'em Robots?
What?
It was like Hungry Hungry Hippo. And that was another annoying game I got for my kids.
Whoa there. What's it called?
It's like a little ring. It has 2 little handles on it that you move up and down and you hit the thing. And it's 2 robots that are fighting each other. And then if you hit the one person and his head pops off, then you're the win. It's called Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Jeez, you couldn't say that when you was drunk.
I know. Rock'em Sock'em Robots. He was like this. And then what happens is the 2 guys are getting in the ring and they just be like pop, 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 pop. And the next thing you know, you hit him right and his head just go boop. And then you just push his head back down and keep going. It'd be like best 2 out of 3.
Oh, I like that when you do a game and you're like, okay, best out of 3 and you're losing 2-1, you're like, okay, best out of 5. Let's change it. Best out of 5.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to lose.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I am terrible at gambling games. I'm terrible at board games, but guess what? I'll play them bad boys.
It's not that you're terrible.
This is the best time to bring out board games with your kids and spouse and significant others. I think this is the best time.
I don't think you're terrible at them. I just think you're a sore loser.
How am I a sore loser? Because I like to win.
Oh my God, that's a contradiction right there. How am I a sore loser? Because I want to win.
Yeah, that's not a sore loser. I'm just competitive.
Exactly. So you're going to keep going until you win. But if you that's what happens in life. You don't always win.
A sore loser is somebody who loses and then just like don't want to speak to him anymore. Now I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you a sign of a sore loser. When we didn't win our award, I was feeling some type of way.
Sore loser.
Now, that's a sore loser.
And this is exactly
I held it gracefully.
This is exactly what you look like.
After a couple of drinks, yes, I was pouting. I could admit it.
Oh no, you pouted before the drinks came. After the drinks came, the pout went.
The
drink softened the lips. But yeah, you was a sore loser. I was laughing at you. I ain't gonna lie. I was laughing at you because
I was feeling. I was dressed.
Come on, man.
I was dressed at least halfway down, and I was ready to go.
And this is how we know you're a sore loser, even though you're yawning. You're still going on about it.
I know.
We're talking about board games and you're bringing up an award that we didn't win. Normally people shout from the rooftops and go on about it for weeks and months when they've won. Oh my God, yeah, look at this. You're still going on about it. We didn't win.
Because I'm here to motivate you. That's all. That we're going to win next year.
Hey, what about I'm sure it was called Sabutio football game. Or is that the football game where you are on the table? That's not a board game, is it?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You know where you got the little football players and you have to turn the thing and whack the ball into the goal either side.
What? Is that a board game?
Oh no, I just thought it was for a second because I'm winging it, remember? You must have table football.
Table football.
OM to the G. You don't have table football.
You're going to have to explain it to me because I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like a board, like a table, like a tabletop, and it's got little football players on metal sticks. One person stands on one side and
foosball.
Foosball?
It's called foosball.
No, it's called Sabutio or table football.
It's called foosball.
Oh, but it's not.
And I own a foosball table.
Wow. Okay.
And yes. Hand rolling.
When was the last time you played it?
This summer.
We haven't.
Because I got drunken friends when they come over to my house. It's like a clubhouse down in my basement, and we gets it in. I got a card table. I got a foosball table.
When you say a card table, do you mean a poker table?
Yeah, actually, it's a dominoes table. To be honest, to be correct.
Well, that ain't cards then, is it?
But I use it as a card table because I'm not a big domino fan. But it has like felt on it, got some cup holders, green felt, put some chairs down. Let's go. Because I'm a spade player, people. If anybody out there, you know what I mean, that blind six, you know what I mean, that Boston, I'm that man.
What's a spade player?
It's a card game, spades.
Okay.
We'll have a topic on card games.
Yes.
I will break down spades for you. Because spades is a family tradition in my house.
Do you call a spade a spade?
Mm-hmm.
Not a shovel?
That's it.
Hey, that's what I wanted to ask. Totes off topic.
Yes.
I should have got this in the beginning, but the shovels just come to mind. The snow. Did the snow come?
Oh my God. Did it come? It came like crazy. And we're supposed to get some either later on today or sometime next week. I didn't even look
at my God, we're supposed to have it tomorrow and Sunday. There's a 60% chance. We could have snow at the same time.
Oh, that would be dope. Life hack, people, for people who shovel and don't have a snow blower.
That's not me, so carry on.
But I'm going to tell you, I did a life hack and it was great because I was just scooping and dumping. Take your shovel, You take some WD-40 and you spray it all over the shovel, back and front. And then guess what? When you pick up the snow, it doesn't stick to your shovel. You just
Scoop and dump, people. Scoop and dump.
Scoop and dump. Took me about an hour and a half to get my driveway and everything done.
Okay, so I know that we've totally done a 360. We've done our news, our week, board games, and now we're back to our week because I totally forgot to ask you about the snow. This is proof in the pudding the law of attraction works, because twice now on two separate shows on two separate occasions you've said we're meant to be getting snow and I really hope we get snow because I don't want to go to work, and on both occasions you've got snow and you've had a day off work.
Yeah, but see, I work second shift, so the day shift got 2 days off and I
oh
only
my
got
god, that's just ungrateful. Come on, man. Okay, next time be more specific. Be more specific when you put it out to the universe. You'd like more than a day off.
I want a whole week off. I hope we get
okay, well, next time say that. There's no
all right, people, this is our Fun Friday. I hope you guys enjoyed our board game / wither / cards / backyard games.
Oh my god.
I am so looking forward to Serious Sunday.
Me too. It's going to be a good one. Well, we say that every week, but I've just realized.
They'll just have us this Sunday.
I know. It's back to just these two beautiful faces. February, we will have a guest back at some point, but it'll be once a month. So, yeah. Well, it's February now. End of February. Yeah.
Probably towards the end. Yeah, because next week.
Okay, now I want to see your face when I say this. What's the series about this week?
And you will have to see on Sunday.
What? No.
You'll just have to catch it on Sunday.
What series are we going to discuss and rate?
Oh my gosh. Did I forget again?
Do you know what? I'm not going to lie. When we had our weekly meeting on Wednesday, we never even discussed it, so we haven't even got one.
No, we don't.
Let's talk about Power Book 2, because we both seen that.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell you right now.
This is a total winging it show.
This is a total winging it. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, people who've watched Power with Ghost and Tommy, I ain't got to do no spoilers. Ghost dies. Tommy goes to Cali.
Well, that happened in the end of Power. They're not even, right. Don't even.
What's the mom's name?
Tasha.
Tasha. She goes to jail, okay?
We see that at the end of the last one anyway.
So now you guys gotta watch Power Book 2, because it's all about Tariq.
Yeah, Tariq is just about the son. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I loved Power. I didn't watch it until it was probably into like the second season, and I rinsed it all off in one go. Loved Ghost. Loved me some Amara Hardwick. Ooh, but loved Power. I loved where it was like I was hooked one after. I got annoyed when I caught up, then had to wait to the following week to watch one. I got annoyed when, for whatever reason, you lot in America seem to switch off a TV show and leave it for weeks and then bring it back. I don't know why. Power Book 2, well, ain't the same.
I'm going to have to disagree. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a big Tariq fan, okay? But the more you watch it, the more you see Ghost in Tariq.
Okay, well, maybe I ain't got to that point yet.
I've seen the whole season. And what I like when they introduce new people in it, like Mary J. Blige is in it.
See, now I was just about to name drop her, and I've got to say, in the first couple of episodes, I don't know if it's because she was just, she was a little bit annoying, and I thought, I don't know if that's because her acting was terrible, but maybe she gets better.
Got to watch. This one is all about, and this is just my opinion, you guys. If you watch Book 2 and you're trying to relive Power, the first 4 or 5 episodes, you're not going to get it.
No, it's not the same.
So this one is more or less progression. So you see Tyreek in the beginning, which I am not a Tyreek fan.
Me either. He needs a good
But
snap.
towards the end of the season, I liked him.
Okay,
He
so
grew on me.
let's
You
just
could see his progression throughout the show.
clarify. You've watched the whole thing, right?
Yes.
I'm probably about 50%, I'd say, of the way through. So at this point in time, that's my opinion. It ain't the same. Tyreek needs a slap, and they need to zhuzh it up a bit. You're at the end, and you're like,
but then they got some. I'm gonna tell you, they got some really nice people that come into play from like the old show that kind of keeps you focused on this power. They got some villains, they got some good people, and they got some cameos.
I will say, I like the guy who plays the lawyer of Tasha.
Yeah, Method Man.
Yeah,
That's from
I
Wu-Tang.
like his. I know, I like his character and how he's turning out.
Yeah. He's a dirty dog. He's a dirty dog.
Listen, ain't most of those solicitors, they gotta be dirty to win, right? That's how it goes.
Well, man, the one thing about lawyers, you could be dead wrong, but if you pay them, man, they do what they got to do to get you off.
Exactly, that's what they're paid for. So, dodgy dealings is. What are you giving it out of 5, my love?
I'm gonna give it a solid 4.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give it a solid 4 because it's Tyreek and it's a slow progression. So like the first couple episodes, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna watch it, but it started getting better and better and better to the very end, and I was like, oh, I was sold. I was like, oh, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 so far, just because I haven't finished it yet, but it's enough to keep me interested, and I really, really liked the first one.
Sounds like a plan. So that is a solid 7. That means it's worth a watch.
Yeah, and it's been
got nothing else to watch over the weekend, and you like Power 2 is okay to watch.
And if you have already watched it because it's been out a while, drop us a comment. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Did you think Mary J brought her gangster to it or not? Who knows?
Well, people, I guess we're going to see you guys on Serious Sunday. This is Soph.
This is Rich.
And we are from across the pond.
The pond. Rich,
all right, you guys. See y'all on Sunday.
Thank you very much for winging it with me today. You normally bring your A game and I just trail up behind you, but we trailed together today.
Yeah, we rocked it today.
Winging it all the way.
See you on Sunday.
Yepper.
Yepper.